And we're live.
What's Preacher?
Preacher, Woody, is this show from AMC about a preacher in Texas. So you've got that down south kind of thing. Yeah, he's in Texas and modern day Texas, and he has the power. I won't spoil anything, but he has this power to make people do whatever he says. When he speaks with the voice, he can make you do anything. So he uses and abuses that power. And as the show goes on, there's a vampire in the show. It's exposed that there's this gigantic global organization called Grail that is pulling the strings on everything. They're this power. There's a scene where like he walks into the room and there's the Pope, there's the Archbishop, and he's like, I thought you should meet these guys. I have a clip that you should watch from that thing because there's a character in the show called Hair Star, HERRSTAR. This bald, scary freak of a man who's like the leader of Grail, and you get to see, there's a 6-minute clip of him going through the training program to see if he's going to be selected as the new cadet or whatever, and it's awesome. Like first the guy's like, we've come quite far with weaponry, but sometimes there's no excuse. What am I looking for?
Excuse.
There's no substitute for hand-to-hand violence. And like the cadets take turns walking into a wrestling ring, drawn on the floor with like a collegiately dressed wrestler, and he's taking people down, slamming them and stuff. And then Hair Star walks in there, and the first thing he says to the crowd, the group of initiates and the trainers, he's like, "I just want you to know that I take no pleasure in what's about to happen." And he just stands there, and this big wrestler guy takes him, puts him in a rear naked choke immediately, and Hair Star pulls his dick out and starts jerking off. And the guy's like, "Whoa, what are you doing?" "I'm self-consummating. What does it look like?" And the guy kind of lets go of him a little bit, and he throws an elbow and like throws a couple of cheap blows and then kicks him in the balls and throws an overhand right and knocks the guy down. And the trainer's like, "You see, a distraction, no matter how unseemly, can sometimes give you the edge in an engagement." And while he's saying this, Hair Star walks off screen and walks back on screen with a golf club and goes whack, 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 and kills the guy right there and then just walks away. Hair Star is such a like lateral thinker throughout the whole training thing that there's a part where
what's a lateral thinker? I haven't heard that term before.
It's someone who thinks of a different way to accomplish the task and it sort of ignores the rules as such as they're laid out to him and finds a way around them to do things better.
That.
Absolutely. Captain Kirk's a lateral thinker. So the trainer goes, or the head training guy who's like the leader of the organization, he says, "Since the days of Cleopatra, romance and sexuality have been weaponized." And so they're doing this thing where there's a beautiful woman sitting at a table and this really good looking initiate who's trying to get the job. He's like 30 years old, really like ideal looking male guy. He sits down, he's flirting with her. He's like, "I think that you and I share something like most people don't. And I think we could be together and we could be together forever. But I just need you to bring the microfilm to the train station. Can you do that?" And then he kisses her. And then the light comes back on and the woman goes, "Whoo! Anybody got a copy of that microfilm?" Like, so this guy just nailed it. And then he's like, "Hair Star, you're up." Hair Star is a bald 40-something-year-old man with this star-shaped scar all over one of his eyes, and the eyeball is white. He is not a good-looking guy. He sits down. He goes, "Give me the microfilm, you bitch, or I'll kill you and your family." He's also like a total like I don't know.
That works
like,
too. Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, "Oh, okay." He's like a total masochist. So like they're sitting on this chair with jumper cables attached to the bottom of it, electrocuting their balls, and like everybody's screaming, but Hair Star is just sitting there kind of enjoying it a little bit too much. He's just like, yeah. Just kind of nodding as he sits there.
How many
with his balls.
seasons are there?
I'm on the second season. The second season is much longer than the first. First season is 10 episodes, and I don't know how long the second season is, but I'm 13 episodes into it. I'm enjoying it. It's there's some supernatural stuff going on. There's hell is a thing in this.
Do you know how many seasons there are? Does it go to 6 or
I
like
think there's just 2 right now.
Okay.
They go down
I think
to
I've
hell.
only seen the first one because Her Star doesn't sound familiar.
Yeah, it gets better in season 2. Hitler is in the show because they're in one of the characters is stuck in hell wrongfully, and so like you go down to hell and Hitler's there, and you get the way hell works is you relive your worst memory over and over, and you get to see Hitler's worst memory, and it's really funny. It's really funny what his worst memory is, and you see how it twisted him against like the Jews and the fascists and all these different groups of people all at one time. This one little incident he has. So I recommend it. I guess it's not a like 4-star show or anything, but it's better than a lot of stuff that I've watched. It's not garbage TV, and I like the guy who plays the preacher. The most annoying thing about it, the only thing I don't like, is the preacher's girlfriend is this 5 foot tall chick who's some kind of badass apparently, and she's always beating up men and stuff. And that irks me, as you know, because it's just unrealistic and it's like, what? She's just tough. It's just that makes sense.
Yeah. She gets really angry when she fights, and as we all know, being very angry when you fight means that you're a good fighter. Just like when you angrily take a test you didn't study for, you know, you the answers just come to mind. Through
I get so angry
fury.
when I play guitar. It makes me awesome.
I don't know how to play Beethoven's Ninth, but I bet you I will now. You know, banging away on it. No.
Yeah, it's I like it a lot. I've been consuming it pretty heavily the last 3 days, I guess, 4 days, something like that. I'm liking it. I like all the characters. There's a lot of interesting, weird fucking characters in there. And the preacher himself, especially at the beginning, he's like, he doesn't want to be a bad guy, but people keep kind of making him be a bad guy. And this guy's like threatening him at the bar, and like the guy beats him up a little. He's just taking it. He's just taking the punishment, not fighting back. And then he goes, I guess I got another whooping to give. And what he means by that is he's going to go home and beat his son because his son told the preacher about some domestic abuse at the household. And he's like, don't you touch that boy. He's like, what? What'd you say? Or else what? He's like, or else you'll hear a noise. He's like, you hear that, boys? I'm going to hear a noise. What kind of noise? Kind of high pitched, like a bunny trapped in a bear trap. And everybody just kind of shrugs at this, and they attack him. Like 4 guys attack the preacher. He beats the fucking shit out of all of them with like some boxing and wrestling and just fucks them all up. And then he gets the guy who he told this to about the noise and snaps his arm so the bone sticks out of his arm, and the guy goes like this high pitched scream. It's a good show. I like the violence. That's what I really enjoy.
I like the
there we go. It comes
I'm really digging the violence. Lots of people getting shot, like heads getting blown off, like lots of gore. The vampire's a really funny character because you know he's a fucking vampire and he's British. It's good shit.
You know, they always make vampire to be this like tragedy, this terrible thing, a thing you desperately want to avoid. It's like a superhero.
Pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah. One thing I like about the immortal life, and talking about the show too many times, is the wealth that comes with it, right? Everyone, it's easy to get rich. It's just hard to get rich quickly, right? All you have to do is put some money aside and it'll grow and you'll be rich. It's a piece of cake. If you live 500 years, you're an idiot if you're not rich by then. So the vampire thing seems really nice. And I get it. Everyone around you dies. But fire up a new family every so often, or turn them.
You can't have sex. You can't get an erection.
Wait,
and
no, because you're dead. You don't have any blood.
I don't think you watch many vampire shows because the lore that I see.
You're right.
I
don't
so much. Oh my god.
Yeah.
And
in this show, he fucks a lot. Always gets some whores. Always fucking whores. He loves drugs too. Like the vampire in this loves drugs. Like he wants the hardest drugs there are. He's tricking the angels. He's just lying to him. He's like, yeah, I can totally help you out, but I need some drugs. You know, some heroin, some black beauties, some uppers, some downers, some blues, some reds, some white angel dust. And they're like, we have money. Oh yeah, that'll do. How much you got? Well, I'll just take a lot of it. Just takes all their money, and it's just whores and drugs, and he's just shooting up enormous amounts of heroin. It's good shit.
Good.
It sounds pretty good.
Check out season 2.
Yeah, you're selling me.
Yeah, season 2 is better. And there's excellent bad guys in the show, and hell is really fascinating to me. And Hitler, the guy playing Hitler looks a lot like Hitler, or at least enough like Hitler that I'm into it.